Midnight music.
Coming up this week on Kings of the Rings podcast, it's time to say out with the new and in with the old as NXT looks to take things a little more black and gold after 1 year of 2.0. Plus, the PWI Top 500 Male Wrestlers just released, and you know they clearly got something wrong, or else we probably wouldn't be having a show tonight. So sit back, relax, and stop trying to figure out how many Usos are in that family because we lost count a very, very long time ago. It's episode 308 of the Kings of the Rings podcast. What's old is new exclusively on Wrestle Addict Radio, and it starts right now.
Night music. Music.
Oh my god, the Yankees are finally waking up and getting their shit together. I'm so fucking happy.
Oh, dude, the Double-A Yankees beat up on the Rays 2 out of 3.
And the Sox. We fucked up the Sox last night, which is fucking great.
Oh, they almost blew it. Mark count those things will they hatch. Yeah, the Yankees are finally learning how to play baseball, but I'm still not confident.
Yeah, I've got my concerns. Anywho, folks, welcome to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode number 308. What's old is new. I, of course, am your host, King Ricky Rose. The band is finally back together. Will is back from Nashville. We've got some interesting stuff to talk about tonight. NXT threw us a giant swerve on the 1 year anniversary of 2.0, and lo and behold, right before we started recording this episode live on Twitter, Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook on all of our pages, and on Wrestle Addict Radio's YouTube page as well, the PWI Top 500 released this afternoon. So we've got some shit to talk about. But before we get to all of that, Terrashock, how was Nashville?
It was great. Nashville was a phenomenal time. Food, excellent. It's pure excellence. Ricky, you would love it there.
I heard
like
that
tenfold.
the tourist scene in Nashville is nuts.
The tourist scene's pretty nuts. Broadway's pretty close to Bourbon Street. Not as crazy, but it's pretty close.
Yeah.
A lot of construction. A lot of things are being built down there. I was there 2 years ago, in August 2020.
Mm-hmm.
And in those 2 years since I've been back, it's way different. It's completely different. They added a Batman building.
What?
Yeah, like there's this a giant building, but like there's like tips like on the like bat ears.
Oh, okay. Okay, you
yeah.
gotta send me a picture.
It's I'll send you a picture.
Yeah.
It's pretty weird. But after that, dude, I went to Atlantic City. I was in Atlantic City last weekend. So I was back from Nashville last Thursday. Then Friday we drove out to Atlantic City. I didn't break even. I didn't lose money. I went right at even. So I went in with $200, ready to lose $200. First night, first half of the night I was up 100, then down 100.
Okay.
And then I left the night up 200.
Okay.
And then the next night we went back.
You
I
lost
too.
too.
Lost it all. So I left even.
Tisk.
But yeah, dude, roulette and blackjack. That's my shit, I guess.
Yeah, stick with blackjack, man. It's like, you gotta.
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun. So I had a great weekend. I'm sad I missed last week because I got a lot of rant and rave about. But Kay Murphy, I might break your heart tonight again. I'm sorry. I think Kay. We lost Kay. Did we lose?
Really?
I lost Kay.
Really?
Yep.
We fucking
Internet
lost Kay.
down. Eddie Casey's at it again.
God
Ricky.
damn it. We can't have nice things at all. We have lost Kay yet again. Although I like this version of Kay. They look really studious. Right? They're like they're trying to get info.
I love when we have KOTR boys night.
Boys, it's like every other week at this point.
It's been a little too frequently recently, not gonna lie. Ever since Kay moved to Queens, it's just been nothing but trouble.
Yeah. Seriously, guys. I mean, seriously, Kay, like just you guys need to pull in the extra money, cut those cords, and get the better internet service.
Dude, gig speed. I pay $70 for gig speed on Optimum, and
amazing.
Trust me, it's Optimum. I need it.
Yeah. Gig speed is amazing. So while Kay figures that out, I guess it's just us boys. So will you
CM Punk?
wait
Punk.
for
Yeah,
wait for. So you've been gone. You were gone for like the Labor Day recap of shit and what were you able to watch?
So I flew out on Sunday morning.
Okay.
So I did watch Clash of the Castle being at 1 o'clock in the afternoon was the best thing. I think Andrew Zarian's onto something. All wrestling pay-per-views should be Saturday afternoon at 1 o'clock.
Huh.
It was the best. I just woke up, ordered a pizza. Did I order pizza? No, what did I order? Got Mexican. I got Hoboken burrito. It was delicious.
Wow.
And just
Okay.
watch Clash at the Castle. It was amazing. And then after that, I packed smoked some weed, watched some wrestling. Not watched some wrestling, played some video games, and then left here at like 9:00. Went to Jazz's house. Clash of the Castle was incredible.
It is the from the crowd to the layout. I love how WWE makes their layouts are really simple, but it really has that really cool. It has a great effect on how it's shot.
Yeah. I like the walkway, and it's a little ramp. I believe there's a small ramp.
No, I think they created like a platform
That kind of steps down.
That kind of steps down, something like that. Yeah, I'm not exactly.
Yeah, I mean,
sure.
it was a fun show. You know, it felt like a Saudi show, but it mattered more in a weird way.
Because the fans are into it more.
Well, the Saudi fans are actually excellent. I'm a big fan of Saudi fans because they enjoy
Is Mix
everything.
Murphy back?
Hi, here I am.
There they are. But I don't know what it was about the UK, but like the matches felt more important. Like we didn't have an Undertaker versus Rusev in a casket match for no reason.
Yeah.
So
I fucking love UK wrestling. So the fans are always great.
I thoroughly enjoyed the show. That main event, I didn't think for a second Drew was winning until he hit that last Claymore. I was like, fuck, he's going to actually win.
Yeah, I said, oh my God, he's going to do it in Cardiff. And then...
Like, for someone who was 100% sure that Roman was going to walk out, the last second I was like, I think Drew's got this. And then Solo Uso came out. And I broke my heart.
I go, son of a bitch, you did it again, Triple H.
Dude, that match was incredible. The fake out with
Austin Theory,
Karrion Kross first.
Karrion Kross fake out.
He was just there, but didn't do anything. He was a red herring.
What a great way to get a paycheck, by the way.
Yeah, great red herring. And then Austin Theory's gimmick of just getting beaten up before he cashes in. He's gonna do it at WrestleMania. You know he's gonna do it at WrestleMania. That's his WrestleMania.
Mm-hmm.
It could be his moment. Yeah.
I think honestly, dude, The Rock hits a rock bottom, and that's the spot.
And then what is it? You had Charles Robinson getting knocked out, which I think I mentioned this to Kay last week, you were talking to Charles, or I mentioned to Kay, or I probably said both. For some reason, whenever it's a Charles Robinson match, I never notice that it's Charles fucking Robinson.
Yes, it was
until Charles Robinson gets knocked out. Like I always forget he's the ref.
Yeah, it's a sign of a good ref.
Yeah. And when he gets knocked out, I go, son of a bitch, it's Charles Robinson. Some shit's about to go down.
Yeah. Yeah, he's a phenomenal referee.
he's literally the Dusty Finish ref for WWE.
Dude, I'm telling you, this 1 year, they just need a Hall of Fame class of just all the referees.
I wish Tim White would have gotten in before he passed away.
Yeah. He'll probably go in posthumously.
Posthumously, yeah. I believe that as well. Tim White, he literally gave his career to wrestling because his career ended at Hell in a Cell.
He was life to wrestling. He took care of Andre, too.
Yeah. He was a handler.
Yeah.
So, no, it was... That match, I don't like... The main event of Clash was fantastic, and I didn't think... And I still don't know if it topped Gunther versus Sheamus.
Oh, it did.
Gunther, my God.
Gunther versus Sheamus was outstanding as well.
And I love that Triple H was like, you know what?
Majesty.
Imperium's back. Fuck what we were doing
before.
Thank God.
He's like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's just do it. Bring the Italian back or let's get someone else. It'll work.
Yeah, no. I'm so happy.
I thought Sheamus would win too. I thought Sheamus was actually going to win as well.
It was close. And we've said it before, Sheamus is one of the most underrated superstars of his generation. And if you don't respect Sheamus after that match, you can probably go fuck yourself.
Yeah, no, Sheamus really is he's one of the most underrated superstars ever, for sure.
He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Underappreciated too.
Yeah. He puts on solid matches with anybody. He works well. He's just really good. Just really good. What else? So you saw Clash. What else did you watch?
I managed to actually. Here's the thing. So I think it was Sunday night, because that was when All Out was. We were out, and then So we had this bar. Ricky, you'd love this bar. So it's bar.
Okay.
It's little hole in the wall.
Perfect.
Like a little dive bar. You don't. There's no front door. Like they gotta let you in. They get on camera. They let you in.
Okay. A little shady, but all right, continue.
In groups, like it's dark. There's like 7 or 8 tables. The gimmick is there's no menu. Every drink is $17. You just tell your bartender, I like this kind of vibe, this kind of feel, this kind of flavor, and the bartender just makes you a drink.
Oh, I love that.
Okay.
It was really cool. So I told someone like tropical with rum and pineapple.
Fruity, but
And
okay, gotcha.
It was phenomenal. It was amazing. It was a great drink.
Mhm.
And then like the next time, like Bad Bunny and like a lot of Spanish music was playing.
Yeah.
So I go, the vibe of the music, just swap tequila with rum. So anyway, like it was there where Jazz's friend Janie, who also lives down there, met up with us, and she was like, "Oh, my boyfriend Jesse's watching like wrestling tonight." Like, I was like, "Oh, is he?" I was
That
like,
worked
"Guess."
out.
I was like, "Hey, Jazz, guess where we're going?" So we got dropped off there. Me and Jesse watched wrestling. I got in.
You got dropped off. They put you guys on a play date.
They didn't want to watch.
They put you on a play date.
They went and did something else. So yeah, I got put on a play date. It was amazing. So they could have girl time. We could have man time. It was great. So I got in like the 3rd match.
Okay.
And each what happens, and then the show was fine. Like the wrestling was good. The Jungle Boy squash was ballsy as fuck.
Very.
But especially because apparently Christian's having surgery, so he's hurt.
And the why squash him?
Why didn't you take the L? Yeah, why didn't you take the L? I don't know. But the main event was really good. I love the finish. And then Punk MJF came back. All right, cool. And then Punk had to fucking ruin all of it.
Yeah. Hold on to that. Hold on to that thought. I know you want to start, but hold on to that thought. So were you able to see Worlds Collide at all, or any remnants of it?
No, I skipped all that.
You should watch Carmelo Hayes versus Ricochet. It is close. It's probably the 3rd best match of that weekend. It is that good. You know how Carmelo Hayes is like trying to be like a pretend ball. He's pretty much trying to be like LeBron.
Yeah.
Okay, so his entrance was he used the digital screens around the NXT arena, and he hung jerseys of everybody he's beaten.
That's pretty awesome.
Before he came out.
That's pretty cool.
And then the end all he survives Ricochet, and at the end he hangs Ricochet's jersey on one of the LED screens as he walks out.
And then he just lost.
Yeah, the Solo Sikoa. Listen, the bloodline's fucking powerful. I was waiting for Solo Sikoa to join, and when he showed up at class, I go, "You son of a bitch."
It's pretty great, dude. Honestly, I hope he stays on the main roster.
Well, he has
double duty.
American title. I think it would be a great idea for him to do double duty. I mean, his 2 older brothers are the Usos.
Yeah, like what? He doesn't need to necessarily wrestle that much on SmackDown.
Show
but
up with
he
the show with the title.
Show up with the title.
Be a heavy.
Interfere. Be a heel. Yeah.
And when push comes to shove, he'll be the one to kick Sami Zayn out.
Yeah, dude, he's there to carry the Usos' bags for a little bit, learn a thing or two. Like it's gonna be great for his career for him to do double duty for sure. Get a nice pay bump.
Yeah.
Get a hell of a match out of Sami Zayn.
Exactly.
Or vice versa. Sami Zayn would get a hell of a match out of him.
Yeah. What we didn't talk about, or what we should talk about, is also the thing that's dominating Raw as well for you, Will, since we're doing a quick recap, and we've all talked about this, Kay and I.
Evil emo Dom?
Dom turning, yeah.
Dude, I love the Dom turn. The Dom turn.
Yeah.
I thought it was a great turn. It was fun. Even though it's predictable as fuck, it was fun.
It was fun, because...
You know what made it surprising? The fact that they won the match.
Yes.
That's what made it turn out.
Because usually a turn happens when they lose. But the fact that Dom wasn't in the match and he wanted to be in the match, and so he didn't get the glory of winning the match.
Yeah. The fact that they won the match thanks to Dom.
Yeah.
Made the turn. There's like, oh, okay, you got me there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm a big fan of emo Dom.
That was a hell of a lariat he gave his fucking father, too.
Yeah, that was good. He's been holding that back for a while.
Hold that back, Rob. All right, so let's get into what got released earlier today. So earlier today, folks, the PWI Top 500, I guess new wrestlers came
Oh, let's
out.
go. I love ripping this apart.
It came out this earlier today, so it's got some interesting stuff. So before we get into the top 10, we're only gonna release the top 10 because I'm not going through all fucking 500.
That's your top 25.
I only have the 10. I don't know about 25. I have 10, but if someone can find the 25, let me know.
I'll go.
Before we get there, let's go into the criteria of this. So according to the criteria for the 2022 PWI 500 is this. The evaluation period and activity is from July 1st, 2021 through June 30th of 2022. The activity requirements were a minimum of 10 matches total or 6 matches in separate months. The ranking criteria was in-ring achievement, so win-loss records, championships, tournaments won. Influence, which means visibility and prestige within a promotion and or the industry. Technical ability, which means quality of moves, matches, and ring psychology. And the last criteria is competition, success against the most varied and highest quality opponents available. So that's their ranking criteria, which I never knew until like a couple of hours ago.
It seems more stringent than I thought it was.
I have problems with this list.
I have problems with the top 10 already.
I haven't seen it.
Well,
I know who number one is. I don't know anything else.
I got top 20 right here. Let's do top 20.
All right, so before
want me to run it down?
Not yet. I want you to hold on. I want you to hold on for that as I'm fucking up these cutscenes.
Velveteen Dreams number 19. Can you believe that?
Stop it.
What? Fuck up.
Stop it.
No, it's
Stop
actually,
it.
It's
Stop
Kenny
it. So the PWI Top 500, your number one man is someone who probably should have been number one for the last 3 fucking years. Roman Reigns, number one. Well,
Good.
yes, Roman Reigns is number one. What I have here, because I'll do 1 through 10. Well, you can do 11 through 20.
I'll do 20 to 11.
Yeah. So what we have here, number 1, Roman Reigns. Number 2, Kazuchika Okada. And I don't know how, but okay, he's been doing well in New Japan.
New Japan, cool.
Yeah.
He's a mark for him. I get
Everybody loves Okada. Number 3, CM Punk. Number 4, Hangman.
What?
Yes. Number 4, Hangman Adam Page. Number 5, the Almighty Bobby Lashley. Number 6, Cody freaking Rhodes. Number 7, Bryan Danielson. Number 8, El Hijo del Vikingo, which I actually don't know who that is. Surprise, surprise. Number 9, Big E. Number 10, Jonathan Gresham, which is a huge accomplishment for Jonathan Gresham. So that's a pretty actually big deal, especially since he left AEW and he's actually a free agent at the moment. But Will Terajak, who do you have for 11 through 20?
All right, so 20 is Drew McIntyre. 19 is Kenny Omega. 18 is Adam Cole. 17 is Seth Rollins. 16, MJF. 15, Tanahashi. 14, Impact World Champion Josh Alexander. 13, Matt Cardona. Number 12, John Moxley. Number 11, Shingo Takagi. So first off,
where do you want to start? Go ahead, Will.
MJF and Seth Rollins need to be in the top 10. I would probably put Seth Rollins in the top 5.
Who was number 2? I missed number 2.
Okada.
Okay. So
Like,
Roman, Okada, Punk were the top 3?
Yes, Roman, Okada, Punk.
No.
Obviously, Roman's number 1. Like, duh.
Yeah.
Obviously, no question about
Roman
it.
should have been number 1 last year, but they gave it to fucking Kenny.
Yeah, they gave it to Kenny. Okada, fine. You know, I don't know anything about New Japan, but I think he's won a G1 again for the 3rd time in a row or something like that.
I'll give it to fucking Okada, yeah.
So, like, I think he qualifies based on the criteria of the list.
Mm-hmm.
So, I have no problem with that. CM Punk, number 3.
No.
Wait, hold on. K Murphy. Did you just say CM Punk should not be number 3 on the PWI 500?
Correct.
Elaborate.
Why?
Yeah, elaborate for me.
Because I feel like while he's had a big impact, I feel like based on how much he's wrestled, I don't think he should be number 3.
Where would you put him?
I would put him in the top 10, but maybe like it's somewhere between like 5 to 8, maybe.
Okay.
But like not 3. Like I think Moxley should be in the top 10.
I do as well.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I could
Punk
even argue Mox for number 3.
I could argue.
Honestly.
I would argue Mox, Seth, or MJF for number 3.
This is how you know I've grown as like a wrestling fan, as a wrestling podcast.
Okay, I'm so proud of you.
You're arguing against CM Punk.
And not only that, it's a very good argument. I was kind of okay with Punk at number 3, but Kay might have changed my mind.
I wouldn't have given as much of a shit if Ricky didn't read all that criteria off. Punk, love him. Mad at him right now, which we'll get to later. But like, I don't think he fulfills that criteria as well as like Moxley does, as Roman does, as Seth does, as MJF even. Yeah. MJF, I can argue the wrestling a little bit because he doesn't wrestle that much either. But MJF should be higher.
Yeah. For me,
hold on. I need to look at the list.
Yeah, go look at the list.
The Eddie is kicking in.
Gotcha.
Yeah, like I don't think Bobby Lashley should be number 5 either. Lashley's had a great year, but I'd probably put Lashley around number 8. Big E, Gresham, the Viking dude, and Bryan Danielson should not be in the top 10 at all.
Well, all right. So let's look at the Big E situation in and of itself. Gresham.
It's not his fault.
Gresham,
Big E, obviously.
I think what happens is look at Big E. Look, they said the criteria for that run for Big E was between July of 2021 to June 30th of 2022. So in that time, Big E cashed in Money in the Bank. He became a world champion. He faced Roman Reigns at Survivor Series. I forgot who he dropped. I forgot who he dropped to. I forgot who he dropped the title to. Well, it was in a multi-man match, wasn't it?
Who did he drop the title to? Oh, Brock. No. What?
I
believe it was Brock, but I don't remember how he dropped. I think it was a multi-man match where he did not get pinned.
Yeah.
I want to say it was like the elimination.
It was New Year's. No, it was New Year's Evil, whatever it was. The first. Day
one. No, because Brock wasn't. No, Roman couldn't show. Because Roman got COVID. Remember, they did a switch at the last minute. And
then they put Brock in the triple. They put Brock in the title match.
Brock in the title match, and Brock won it. Correct.
Brock won.
And Big E was still around the mid-major scene until they.
Then he went back with Kofi in the New Day.
And yeah, and they were still around the scene event. He screwed up his neck. So there is an argument. There is an argument there for him to be in the top 10 based on, again, the championships he's won and the quality of his opponents. Like facing Roman and Brock within that same time frame is a big thing for him.
No, I don't think he had a good title run at all.
It's not the fact that he had a title run, but it's quality of opponent.
Yeah, it's also a quality of title run.
I think I don't know how everything's weighted, but I would weight quality of opponent too. Like he faced Roman in a non-title match at Survivor Series.
He had good opponents, but like major. So I would put quality of title run. I would put under major feuds because that's just like where your position on the card.
Sure.
So he was still kind of an upper mid card champion.
Well, because Roman's so dominant. I think when your number one's that strong,
Roman was wrestling every day. Yeah. He was a strong number 2. Sure.
Yeah.
I don't know. His title run was very meh to me. His character was just the exact same.
I think his character was a little bit more serious, but like again, it's one of those things. Like we won't know how much his character could have evolved because he got fucking injured. You know what I mean? And like also, like, what is it? A lot of first runs as champion aren't good. Like Jericho's first run as champion was shit. Drew's first run as champion was just poor circumstance.
Yeah, COVID. It was a great run. It was just during COVID.
Yeah, just poor circumstance. So, like, I think there's hope for Big E to get that title shot again. I mean, first and foremost, I want him to be healthy enough to wrestle and not hurt himself. Like, first and foremost. But I still think there's a debatable argument there for him to be in the top 10, if not the top 15. I think
I would say top 15. Sure. I think he missed too much time for top 10.
No, he got injured right before Mania. Mania was right in April. So
April?
he missed he missed a
Oh,
month
he missed like
of
a month.
of
Okay,
that
he missed a
criteria.
month then.
Yeah.
All right, so you know what? You make a better case then. You do make a good argument.
Yeah, it's that length of time is really crucial. It's a funky amount of time, but that length of time is really crucial to where you place people. You know, in the grand scheme of
Yeah,
things.
yeah, because it's not now to now. It's certain criteria.
Yeah.
That makes more sense.
What
All right, no, yeah, Biggie did have a good run. He just won the title a year ago, like this week.
exactly? Yeah.
Yeah, on Tuesday, I think.
Yeah, what is an atrocity to me is how in the hell is Seth Rollins not in your top 5?
Yeah, I would probably put Seth Rollins three or 5. I think Adam Page is a good number 4.
I'm like going through the full list right now.
Yeah.
And some of the shit I'm seeing is insane. AJ Styles is 74.
What did he do in the
He didn't
what did he
Which,
do?
He didn't do
Yeah.
much. Yeah.
I know that he hasn't done a whole lot, but it's just wild to me that like AJ Styles is like
Oh, he's not a 74 like wrestler in the world. He didn't do much during that time frame. He's chilling.
yeah.
Get a paycheck.
Exactly. He's
Ooh,
chilling.
Hook is 124.
I think
that's
MJF
no, stop it. Hook needs to go to like 499. Hook hasn't done shit. Come on, stop.
Oh, stop. Hook's over.
Hook.
Fuck Hook. I don't give a
Hook
damn.
is so over.
Hook's over, dude.
Jeffrey is 160.
Who?
Jeff Hardy.
All right. I mean, I don't know what the fuck you want me to say. All right.
Apparently, Sting's not even on the list.
For the amount of things that Sting has jumped off of in the past year, Sting's
Yeah,
not
dude.
even
How
on the
is
list.
Sting? How is Sting like not number 200?
Just on attempts of trying to harm his own body.
Oh, dude, I'll put Sting in the top 50. Dude, I probably couldn't name 50 wrestlers.
Dolph Ziggler's 285.
That's way too
That's
low.
yeah, that's way he needs to be higher. Listen,
Yeah, Moxley's too low. MJF, Seth Rollins is too low. I think Drew's fine at 20.
yeah,
I think
Drew's
Kenny's
gonna have
19.
a better year this year than he did in that last criteria year.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts on it. So this is the original PWI list, and this is obviously focusing more on male wrestlers. However, there are two more lists that do come out. So I think PWI 500 deals with heavyweight title contenders, junior heavyweights, and open division contenders as well. The women's PWI 150. The women's PWI from 50, which is a newer one, is going to be coming out at the end of October. That deals with women's title contenders, women's division talent, and women's promotions talent. And then also the latest of their PWI list, the Tag Team 100, the 100 best tag teams in wrestling, will be going out digitally at the beginning of December. So the PWI 500, obviously the biggest one we're talking about right now. A month from now, we'll be talking about the women's 150, which should be a wildly interesting conversation piece.
Dude, Moose is 21.
That's also wildly interesting as well.
Let's get ready to
Why?
bop some heads.
Moose. And then the Tag Team 100s will also be an interesting thing as well. Moose has been doing well. Moose just fucked up his time. Moose should have been WWE a couple years ago. He just fucked it up. I forgot how, but he fucked it up.
Eddie Kingston, number 40. That's good. I'll take that.
Yeah.
Darby Allin, 45. Okay. How do you have Randy Orton below Shinsuke Nakamura?
Injury.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but when did he get injured? Right after WrestleMania.
Oh, that's right. Randy. Where's Riddle on this then?
Yeah, how is Randy Orton 47 and Shinsuke Nakamura 46?
Ooh.
You're saying Ricochet is lower than Riddle? Actually, Ricochet is higher than Riddle.
Where's Ricochet at?
Ricochet is like 50.
And Riddle's where?
Like Ricochet is 54. Where is Matt Riddle?
Because that's interesting, because Riddle's been on a great run.
Keith Lee's number 80. Theory's 96. Homicide number 105. Where the fuck is Matt Riddle?
Is he in the
Matt Riddle
hundreds?
was 180.
He's
Matt Riddle's
180.
Yeah. 20 below Jeff.
I'm a little shocked that Matt
Sting
Riddle.
is 173.
So you're telling me Sting had a better year than Matt
Sting
Riddle?
is 173. Let's go.
Sting, oh my God, Sting is in between W. Morrissey at 172 and Rey Mysterio at 174.
Do you tell me Noam Dar than Matt Riddle?
That's
The 180 is Matt Hardy.
183 is Nick Jackson. 184 is Matt Jackson.
Okay, Riddle's 89.
mm,
Okay, Riddle's 89.
Okay.
And Randy Orton's 47.
gotcha. All right, so let's pivot here. So, because I know you want to. I know Will wants to go on a bit of a rant real quick, and I know you don't think CM Punk, and I agree with you. CM Punk should not be in the top 5. But you also had some other things to say about Punk that you didn't get to air because you were not on the show last week. And I'm going to give you that time to air some of your grievance with Punk and the media scrum from hell, which will be a great Dark Side of the Ring 3 years from now.
Dude, make it tomorrow, all right? You already got the footage. I want to see that fight footage. I know it's out there. 12 people think it's the war.
Oh,
Okay,
no,
where's the
it's
footage
not.
Then? It's definitely not. Yeah, dude, CM Punk is the modern day Bret Hart. That's just a fact. That is just a goddamn fact. And what I mean by that is someone's got to sit him down and go, pal, it's not real. It's not real. It's not real. Wrestling, man, wrestling's fake. And you're not a world champion. Like it's too real, man. And CM Punk is the guy who made a career of burying his own grave. Why didn't CM Punk make it to the tippy top? He got in his own way.
Literally.
Like, this is just the story of CM Punk, and it really is sad because the guy does have such a connection with the audience. It's just like, dude, I get you're upset about Colt Cabana. You're really annoyed about Colt Cabana. But, bro, no one fucking asked you about Colt fucking Cabana. You just saw his friend and went fucking off. What? Again, what are you doing? What are you doing? Why? Why? Why did you do it, Phil? Why did you do it? Why? What is the point?
Did you? So apparently they're saying that CM Punk said about 2 weeks before All Out or whatever that the press conference is going to be interesting. So apparently this is all premeditated.
Even dumber.
Scripted. Yeah, like Punk.
Well, you didn't tell someone then. Apparently you didn't tell the Young Bucks. Maybe that wasn't part of your plan.
I think Tony might have kind of known that he was gonna say something. I don't claim to know for sure. I've heard that Tony like kind of knew, but not really. Like Punk, I guess, indicated that he was gonna say something about whatever.
This is also my other thing. Why are you having a media scrum? Why? TK, why having a media scrum? Dave Meltzer is not part of the media. Why is that? And I've been going back and forth with this in my mind too. Like, should wrestling journalists should they be considered media? Like, do they think they're ESPN and CBS Sports? Because they're not. They're not.
My number one goal was to get into an AEW scrum and interview Punk, because I could trick someone enough into believe that I could be considered wrestling media.
Why are marks asking wrestlers questions and posing as the media? Like this would you know why this would never happen in WWE? Because Fox Sports and ESPN are actually talking to them. It's like the actual media who actually matters is having an actual media scrum.
You know what's crazy about this whole thing is that WWE at Clash had a media scrum as well.
Yeah, they did.
It was good.
You know who was there? Sky Sports.
Ariel Hawani was there.
Yeah, dude. Like Dana White was probably there too, saying, "Yeah, what's up, Tyson?" like actual media people were there. Like, yeah.
And the greatest,
you think Dave Meltzer would ever be in an NBA scrum?
Here's the craziest part about it was Roman Reigns was in character in the media scrum and walked out because the media wouldn't acknowledge him.
Yeah, dude, that's amazing.
that.
Yeah.
Amazing. He's not burying anybody. He's just being cool. And like, okay, so first off, that's problem number one. CM Punk don't respect the media because I don't either because they're not media. Like if you listen to Dave Meltzer's a decent writer who's been around forever and is a legend in the business. I don't want to take credit away from Dave Meltzer.
I'll give him that.
But
I
bro,
don't like Dave Meltzer,
you are a pseudo journalist. You are a working journalist. Like you are a made up journalist who covers made up things.
Dave Meltzer
That's why it's okay for you to be wrong all the time. It's not real news.
Like Dave Meltzer is a working journalist. He's a journalist that gets work. That's what Dave Meltzer is.
Yeah, he's a journalist that gets work. So that's a big problem. That's a big problem. Then back to CM Punk. You don't just bury your EVPs. You don't just bury the business owner's partners when you're sitting right fucking next to them. Like, and then you say, "Come find me," and then you're shocked when they do indeed come and find you.
Not only did they find him, they kicked in total Young Buck fashion. They kicked the door down.
I don't believe that's true.
I want to because I want to see them.
I do as well. I want them to go super. I want to go BTE trigger. Like I really hope and Kenny threw the knee. I hope they said the move like it was Naruto. Then CM Punk's like, oh, you like straight anime.
Someone online needs to redo this fight scene.
Dude, someone got the Polytunes. He does the Joe Rogan tunes. So he's the best. He's the best. But yeah, so first you went rogue. This is the second time you're doing this.
All over muffins, by the way. All over muffins.
Second time you're doing this. All over nothing. And like, yeah, you got an ego. That's a problem, right? You're a piece of shit. You took matters in your own hands. I'm not excusing the Young Bucks and Kenny and to whatever the other guy's name was and Christopher Daniels.
Oh, and Ace Steel, I think.
Ace Steel through the chair. Like, you don't just react with violence. Like, you're not right either. Because I know I'm shitting a lot on Punk, but Kenny, Bucks, like, you're also a piece of shit. You are also an asshole. You also should not just go to violence because your feelings got hurt with words.
Mm-hmm.
So you're a fucking snowflake too.
Mm-hmm. And
your egos are out of control as well.
Mm-hmm.
That being said, I would have done the exact same thing. And I would also be wrong. That's just me being honest, man. That's just human nature.
Yeah.
Like they don't get a pass, but they get it and I get it.
Apparently, Kenny is the one that got Punk's dog out of the fight because the dog was there.
Yeah, I got the dog out of the fight. Like one of the Young Bucks tried to get one of the wives out of the room. Ace Steel bit Kenny Omega, which I think is really funny.
Yeah, I think that's hysterical too.
That's like wild to me that Ace Steel wasn't fired.
So it's
Also, as Booker T said in his own podcast, who the fuck is Ace Steel?
Yeah, who the fuck is Ace Steel?
It's like who is Ace Steel? Like, is this man's 15 minutes of fame? Like, who is Ace Steel? Why should I care?
He like trained Punk, but I don't.
Up.
We lose
up,
okay. Up. All right, put that camera on me, Ricky. Put that camera.
Camera's back on you. You got it.
The biggest problem. Well, one of the biggest problems in all this is you completely inadvertently buried MJF as well. MJF is back after a great angle, which was an actual work that Mickey, you and I got fooled on. So touche to AEW. You buried that. No one gives a fuck about MJF right now.
Yeah,
you ruined the program. You ruined his push. You ruined his return. You ruined all of your on-screen programming. Because I know there's no such bad thing as there's no such thing as bad PR. This is the closest as you're gonna get.
Yeah.
Because people are talking about your product. They're gonna watch your product. But as soon as all that backstage drama is taken care of on TV, first and foremost, because you have to, they turn off the TV. They go watch something else.
Yeah.
Because your on-screen product cannot be successful if the only thing people care about is your backstage schoolyard bullshit drama.
Yeah.
Just can't. It just can't. And I do feel bad for TK. I love calling him TK, Tony Khan. But bro, you gotta grab the bull by the horns and start fucking firing some people.
Yeah, that's my thing with TK. Like I mentioned this last week. I said what I like about Tony Khan, when there is a AEW controversy that kind of gets out of hand, he is the first person to respond and respond swiftly. However, it shouldn't always get to that point where he has to do some sort of PR move to save face. Like I mentioned the example, like for instance, when the Sammy Guevara shit came out, and it looked really bad. Tony Khan was like, "Listen, we understand. He's suspended. We're going to get him training. He can't come back until we are satisfied with him," which is great, perfect move. You know, he did the same thing. He's done the same thing with the Hardys. You know, he's done it with, I was going to say DNA. Moxley as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
But when there is something that is blatantly fucking up like, you are right next to the guy who is fucking up your product in your face. Yeah. Cut his mic off. Pull him to the side. Do something. Don't just... You
gotta do something.
Don't just sit there.
Don't just take it. Don't just take it. Like, TK, it's not your fault, but god damn it, it's your responsibility.
Yeah.
So the question is, what do you do? What do you do if you're Tony Khan? And this is what I think I would do.
Mm-hmm.
I would fire anyone who isn't Kenny, the Bucks, and maybe Punk. Everyone else involved, you're fired. You're gone. You can't do that. You gotta send a message to everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Now, you keep the Bucks and Kenny because it's their company too. Right, you give them a big suspension. You scold them heavily, but I don't think you fire them. I don't think you can do that.
I don't know. Not with EVPs. I don't know if you can do that.
You also probably can't do that because they have stake in the company, right? Like, that's a big legal issue.
Yeah.
With Punk, I say maybe because
demoted.
Maybe
it could.
Maybe they be demoted, or you know what? They can't be on-screen characters anymore. Something.
Yeah.
Something. I think that can be worked out between the three of them. Mm-hmm. But with Punk, I say maybe. Because I don't think the decision should be up to TK. I think, listen, the locker room apparently allegedly has a lot of heat on Punk, and you have no respect amongst the boys right now. So what I would do is I would go to the boys. I would get a group of the seniors. I would get some like Jericho, Moxley, people who are veterans of the industry, Christian, JR, the people you hired, Big Show, Mark Henry in the back.
Are you instituting Wrestlers Court again?
Absolutely. I would go, guys. This is an issue this is a locker room issue above all. The locker room decides, does Punk come back?
I don't think in the history of the original Wrestlers Court did they ever have the livelihood of someone's career on the line. However, I'd
be like, do you want him back in your locker room? Can you do business with him? Like, for a business perspective, I think it makes a lot of sense to make amends because Punk still has money to his name. He does make the dollars and the cents. He's not wrong.
Mm-hmm.
But amends need to be made, and you as the head of the company need to make a statement and make amends with your locker room as well.
Yeah.
You got to send a message, and you got to make amends to your boys, making sure everything's all right. Because morale in that locker room, I'd imagine, is fucking piss poor. If I'm Hangman Adam Page, I'm asking for my release today.
I'm on the phone with Trish, be like, what the fuck can you do for me?
Yeah, Malachi Black was also released, by the way.
I think that was for his.
It's conditional. I believe.
Yeah. There's other things going on there, but like, dude, people are gonna start asking for their releases because Keith Lee and Swerve also got into a little spat to scrum as well.
Yeah, that was also a weird thing where.
Wait, what happened with them?
Well,
I only saw Punk
with them. It was like during their match, which was a fantastic match against the Acclaimed, it was one of the best matches on the AEW card, which is drawn out in and of itself. A media person or whatever asked them about the possibility of like a rematch. And Tony Khan was kind of all for a rematch, and Swerve was in a mood. Like, I don't know how to explain it, but Swerve was in just...
Yeah, I don't know what the fuck up was up. And Keith Lee, too.
Keith Lee was kind of a little bit more passive about it.
Dude, it kind of feels like him and Swerve don't like each other.
That also could be in it. I never thought of it that way, but that also could be a thing as well.
I wondered that, too, if they didn't like each other.
You know, but, like, Swerve was kind of all about, like, why didn't... Oh, I think somebody asked the question, how come they didn't do, like, a switch in the middle, because the Acclaim was so fucking over. In Chicago.
Yeah, to which I say, I say, what a dumb fucking question. Satin, what do you got?
Exactly. And Tony Khan kind of like hyped the fact that it was a rematch, blah 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 blah, and Swerve was really about it. And then Tony Khan tried to, I guess, kind of talk to Swerve and something like, "Yo, this is just a suggestion," blah blah blah. And you hear Swerve audibly say on the mic, "Okay, you know, do what you want. You're the head of a company, but don't don't get mad if someone gets hurt." And he goes, "Are we done here?" And they fucking walk off. And I go, "Oh, that didn't go as planned."
No, that was bad.
Yeah.
But also to the audible, if I'm in the ring and someone calls an audible, I'll be like, no, this is what we agreed on before the match. Fuck you and your audible.
The only time an audible is acceptable is if someone's hurt. And someone's hurt and there's a title on the line and that title cannot go vacated. Like you have to do something.
I don't know if that's a question that's ever been asked to Bischoff, JR, Bruce Pritchard, anyone who's in a booking position. Have you ever called an audible and changed a finish mid-match?
It's happened.
Like other than an injury.
Yeah, other than an injury, no.
Other than like has a situation like people propose for the Acclaimed ever actually happened?
Yeah, no, I couldn't say.
I can't think of one.
Yeah.
I've never heard someone speak on one. If I would talk to Pritchard or Conrad or whoever, I'm gonna ask that question.
Yeah,
that's a great question.
It is. It's a fucking phenomenal question. But you know, TK needs to get a hold of that locker room. TK needs executives that aren't wrestling marks.
Or, dude, if you're gonna be one of the boys, fucking be one of the boys
and have someone else run the company.
Or
take his ass to wrestler's court. Yeah. Like it's getting bad, and I said it just like as much as I like kind of have my issues with AEW, and I've had them for a while. Like you still don't want to see a company that has been so as quickly successful as them from a popularity standpoint to just go belly up and sink.
They're not gonna go. They're not gonna go belly.
Absolutely not. I'm saying, but you don't want to. But like but the seeds are there for like this can crash if you don't start turning the ship. You know, you could hit this iceberg and start sinking if you don't do anything about it right now, and it would be
this
like frustrating because all of this was fucking avoidable.
Well,
like, none of this shit needed to happen, but Punk decided I can be unhinged because I'm cocky and because I'm AEW's #1 draw. I can say whatever the fuck I want without repercussion.
And that's when Tony should have stepped in his ass and said, you know what, Punk, you're not fit to do this media scrum right now, or someone like that be like, leave, we can deal with whatever's bothering you later, and you bring in somebody else. Like Tony's right there with all of his talent at these media scrums. And that should be a sign to people to be like, all right, if I fuck up, Tony's gonna pull the mic, because like during a bunch of media scrums or media stuff for like WWE, if Vince is there, no one's going off script.
Yeah, no.
You know, like, and Tony wanted to laud himself as like the longest tenured CEO as soon as Vince retired, but Vince got that because he commanded respect, and he is nowhere near the respect that Vince McMahon has in the industry.
No one would think of doing that to Vince McMahon.
Exactly. Vince is that revered.
I don't
Can you
think.
imagine?
I don't think people would think about doing that to Dixie Carter.
Yeah.
I really don't. I think a lot of people, that's such people who would be doing those media scrums, they probably really liked Dixie because, they were put over.
Yeah.
But I don't think Dixie had a locker room problem. I don't think she had a respect problem.
She had a management
problem. She had a CEO problem. She had a I want to be on TV problem.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was her ego problem. But in terms of business and, relationships with the boys, I never heard the boys talk bad about Dixie Carter as an executive.
Yeah.
Maybe a little she doesn't know what she's doing, but nothing like negative.
Nothing negative. And Tony has this issue. Tony needs to grow some balls and stop trying to be everybody's friend. What is it? Scott Hall, the late great Scott Hall, may he rest in peace, had the greatest line ever when he moved over to WCW. You can either make money or you can make friends.
Yeah,
we already have a lot of friends. Time to make some money.
Well, it's how like we as marks ask, why doesn't WWE do this? Why can't they just do this? I feel like AEW just answers those questions. They go, here's why. Why can't we give what the marks? Why can't we always do what the marks want? Well,
that's
fucking
why.
Here's why.
Yeah.
Like somehow Shawn Michaels is a great executive, but Kenny Omega is not. You know why? It's like you think you would have learned from NWA, AWA, like any other territory, WCW. You cannot be an on-screen wrestler and an executive.
Exactly.
You can't do it.
And
you can't do
that's
it.
why Cody
it's
left.
Not going to work.
That's why Cody left.
That's why Cody left. That's why Cody left. You can't do both. Can't do both because egos will get in the way. You can't mix wrestler ego with, oh fuck, I have to run this company ego.
Yeah, it doesn't work out.
And oh, I want to be on TV ego. Yeah, it's human nature. That's why it's like I understand why Kenny and the Bucks went through fists because it's human nature.
Yeah.
It's human nature. It's impossible. Any person in that situation, well, at least most men in that situation, probably would have done what Kenny and the Bucks did.
I agree with you, Fred. Vince did do both, but Vince was always pushing a storyline to help get somebody else over. And then you can make the argument, yes, Vince made himself WWE champion, but it was still in storyline to help get somebody else over or even more over than they were before.
I think at that point it also didn't fucking matter.
It also didn't fucking
matter. They were destroying Monday Night War. And honestly, everything Vince was in a man's like, I bet Vince was in a room was like, I wonder if this will work. It's so crazy, it just might work. And guess what? It fucking worked. The product was so hot, Val Venus was over.
Listen, Val Venus, I love some fucking Val Venus, like old school Val.
I do too. Val, I'm a big fan of that.
The shit that Val Venus got away with was amazing.
Yeah. So hopefully, I hope CM Punk's fired just because I love that I'm comparing him to Bret Hart because he takes wrestling way too seriously. He takes his character way too seriously. Apparently, he takes Colt Cabana like Bret took Shawn Michaels way too seriously. Who would have thought Colt Cabana would be the Shawn Michaels of this group?
Yeah, listen, in 1 year, in less than 1 year's time, CM Punk went from the talk of a town to he lived enough to see himself become the villain.
Dude, you got to stop burying the pillars of that company.
Seriously.
You got two of them now. What's next? What's next? You're going to just break Jungle Boy's arm on purpose? Like,
yeah.
Yeah, it's just like, oh my god.
You got to fuck Britt Baker and make her leave the company? Like,
like
how many more pillars you got?
You got 2 months.
Oh, and you did MJF. You did MJF again, too. You got 3 pillars down.
Yeah, I'm not like, and I'm with you too, but like, I would not be surprised if Adam Page says, get me the hell out of here.
Get me out, dude. Yeah. Like, he's buried me twice now.
And like, it's gotten to the point where
and you're doing nothing about it.
It's gotten to the point where CM Punk looks like he's not going to stop.
No, dude, you can't control CM Punk. Yeah. CM Punk doesn't respect Tony Khan. CM Punk didn't respect Vince McMahon. You think he's gonna respect Tony Khan?
And he still speaks about Vince with more regard than Tony.
Yeah, dude, he doesn't respect the veterans in the back either. He said about the veterans, like, I don't need your advice.
Yeah,
it's like, dude, show some respect.
Yeah.
If JR gives you advice or offers you advice, you don't say no.
Seriously, yeah, it's.
You can listen to it and tell him to fuck off in your head. That's fine. Yeah. I'll do that with JR's advice. He gives some pretty bad advice sometimes. But you don't just say,
yeah.
Like, fucking child.
All right, child. So let's do the end-all, be-all here before we move on to the very surprising news that I think Kay has no idea about.
What?
Just wait for it, Kay. Here's my question for you, Kay, and this is the end-all, be-all. If you are Tony Khan, and everything that's happened with CM Punk has happened in the past several weeks, what do you do about CM Punk specifically? Are you suspending him? Are you stripping him of a title? Things that have already happened? Or are you going further than that and considering terminating his contract?
I would definitely suspend him first. They strip him from the title and all of that before I made the decision about termination. But I do think at this point, I also think that if Punk keeps his job, he'll be really lucky. And while I don't want to say that I support CM Punk getting fired, because I don't love that, I don't think he deserves this. If he comes back, he doesn't deserve the top spot. Like, I don't think he respects anyone besides himself, which is fine. I guess, but not if you're trying to be the top guy. Like, he's just that Scummy was just such a dick for literally zero reason. And he even down to him pitching, like he was pitching that bakery and he had a garbage bag of seltzer. Like, get it together. You just won the title and I would not have known CM Punk won the title by watching that.
Yeah.
And that defeats the point. I feel like that defeats the point of the media scrum. The media scrum is to, celebrate the win and look to what's next. And instead, Punk went unhinged for 20 minutes and ate muffins.
Yeah.
Right, Ricky, here's what you do. I got it. I got the perfect solution.
Right,
so you're gonna fire CM Punk.
Yeah.
But you're gonna do it by the mail. You're gonna do it by the mail.
Oh no!
And it's gonna get in the mail on his wedding anniversary. Which, by the way, shout out to my parents. Their 37th anniversary is today.
Congratulations to them.
So, and then you don't stop there, Ricky. Thank you. You don't stop there, Ricky. You go up on Dynamite the next day, wearing a CM Punk shirt, and you just open Dynamite, him in the ring, and you kiss him goodbye.
Wow.
And you just leave.
Wow.
That's what TK does. No words.
Mm-hmm.
And then that's it. No one hires CM Punk ever again. He can join Control Your Narrative Wrestling,
which doesn't even have any owners anymore because they're all back in WWE.
They're all back in EC3 is still available. That's what I would do if I was petty.
If they decide to keep him, which I don't think they should decide to keep him, in my burning opinion, as my phone goes off because the Yankees just scored, they need to do to CM Punk what they did to Triple H when Triple H was about to win King of the Ring and didn't get that, and they gave the push to Austin. He needs to learn to eat shit and like it for a very long time. And if he doesn't like it, see you later, man. And as Mr. Fred said, put him on Dark Elevation for a couple of months.
That'd be pretty funny. Kenny and the Bucks, what I would do is I'd be like, listen, guys, you are no longer everyday wrestlers. You are only EVPs and vice presidents.
And you're never winning titles again.
You're never winning titles since you are a draw and you do put asses in seats. You're on a Brock contract where you wrestle once, twice, maybe up to 4 times a year. That's it.
Honestly, that's what it should have been from the get-go.
Or put them as on-screen authority figures of some sort. Or is that too much power?
I think that's too much power. Mm-hmm. I think because you got to punish them.
Okay.
Listen, you're no longer everyday wrestlers, but I can't from a business perspective. I have to put you in main event matches because you're a draw. Like Moxley Omega is money. You can put we still have Brian Omega. Like there's so many Omega matches to have and so many Young Bucks matches that need to happen. Like those matches have to happen for business sake and booking. Sure. But it's like you're only doing it on big matches. You only have big matches.
You're gonna like.
You're not every. Yeah. That's your punishment,
dude.
Those
can be pay-per-view matches.
Yeah, pay-per-view matches.
The Young Bucks do not need to be on weekly television wrestling.
At first they did, but now that the company's 3 years old and it's established, I don't think the Kenny and the Bucks need to be on TV every week
when you
anymore.
first started, obviously you go to the town that people know to kind of get the engine rolling.
Yeah, it's or you no longer EVPs, no longer vice presidents. You still have your equity because this is your company.
Sure.
But you're just everyday wrestlers.
Yeah, so you got to make a choice. Either you are a talent and you have no executive power, or you're not a talent and you have all the executive power. You cannot be both.
Yeah, you should not be both.
You're a super part-time talent. Because for fucking now, because we fucking need you, assholes.
Yeah.
And you're his executive.
Yeah, so guess who showed up in our whole thing right now and he said fire CM Punk through carrier pigeon, which would be hysterical. Taquan is here. He goes, I'm late, but whatever random time is it.
Hi, Taquan.
He goes,
I told you
I'm
guys.
Late,
I told you he was getting top.
Rick and Morty, Greek philosophy, that's shit. I said last week still applies. He says
he was getting top.
I was on the campus movie theater. I wish I had a campus movie theater. Campus movie theater watching this indie film called Emily the Criminal. It does sound pretty interesting, actually. But be what as may, that's all we can talk about for AEW. I think it's the longest we talked about for AEW in a very, very long time. Very, very long time.
Yeah, man. Well, I mean, I still think cool things happen on AEW. I'm sad Malachi's gone. I don't think it's because I don't know why he's leaving. honestly.
Who knows?
He
I
might
heard
just
he's
be
having
done.
mental health stuff.
That might be it. That's my best
Yeah.
guess. I mean, he wasn't positioned terribly. He wasn't positioned great, but wasn't positioned terribly.
Yeah.
There's potential for more for him, but I decided this week I am not going to Grand Slam, which is a fucking shame because it's in my backyard. But like, I don't have it in me to go. Like this Punk shit has just bummed me the fuck out.
Yeah.
Jeff Hardy's shit bummed me the fuck out. Malachi's gone. Like
But
I, while there's
Pac is a two title
like
champion. You can now call him Tupac.
that is true, and like there is stuff that I enjoy in AEW, like independent of like
Shout out to Tupac
my
now.
3 favorite wrestlers. Shout out to Tupac. But I don't know.
It's rough.
It's unnecessary drama. A lot of it's unnecessary shit that did not need to happen.
And hopefully they can wade through this storm. Hopefully, but who knows. But anywho, let's move on to the big thing that happened last night, Mix Murphy and Will Tarashak. So as you know, NXT a little over a year ago dropped their black and gold and went to what some people called the Nickelodeon multicolor NXT logo. And they celebrated 1 year of NXT 2.0, as you guys see with that lovely NXT 2.0 design. And so they had a celebration. They did some stuff. Carmelo dropped the North American title to Solo Sikoa, which could mean he's going for an NXT title and should take it off Braun Breaker. Or he might be getting called up to Raw or SmackDown, which also would be fantastic as well for him because he's the last of the great indie talents that WWE signed. So he kind of has that legacy to uphold. However, as a little bit of an Easter egg, K-Murphy, are you watching this? As a little bit of an Easter egg,
Watching.
they had a little vignette at the end of NXT, with a voiceover by Shawn Michaels, and they said that NXT is keeping evolving. So do you see the NXT logo on the screen, K Murphy?
Yeah, the Nickelodeon.
Yes, that is no more.
Oh yeah.
Take a look at the.
Oh, that looks great. I saw that this morning.
Revamped return to what seems to be a return to a black and gold standard of NXT 2.0 after 1 year seems to be no more. And they're
Thank God.
I might have to watch NXT again.
Me too.
That was my first thought. I was like, God damn it.
I sent this to Will in the middle of the day, and he just sent back crying emojis.
Yep.
Oh.
I was like, fuck, dude, I'm going to have to watch this shit now. NXT's back. America's back, dude. America is back.
Well, you think about it, look at it this way. So when we had the the 2.0, as I bring back to that level, when we had the 2.0, the idea was for them to be completely separate and, kind of do their own thing and be truly developmental. And that was never Triple H's idea. Triple H's idea. Triple H, who is now the head of creative all over the place. Like, he is head of, head of content? Yeah, he's head of creative content for the whole company,
Yeah.
Not just WWE, W and NXT. He's the head of all contact. That was never Triple H's idea for NXT. NXT was supposed to be the third brand, and people were going to do kind of a shared universe where people go back and forth, in and out. And I think we hinted at that towards the latter end of NXT 2.0, because you started seeing Dolph going over, and Finn coming back for a little bit, and Natty was there, Apollo, and all these bunches of people kind of in this shared universe concept. AJ Styles, Miz did a segment real quick over there and stuff like that. And I think Triple H is going back to that now that Triple H is in power. And he actually said during their UK tour when they were in Cardiff, he goes, "It's now my time to pick the flavor of wrestling." And Triple H is on that warpath, and we're getting black and gold. And from what I saw from Raw footage, shout out to Wade, who was also there in the crowd when this was revealed, it got resounding applause when this new logo was revealed. Because they hid it from everybody.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done. This is the most people have talked about NXT in a long, since like honestly almost a year.
And here's my question: why didn't they just evolve to this in the first? Obviously, it was the Vince influence. But this is such a. I love like it's cleaner.
It looks
It's
pretty cool.
clean. It
is
you
very
know
clean.
if you want to say
Shiny, it's
if
bright.
you want to say NXT was evolving into something else, you had the right change in the format of the shapes and stuff. Just the colors were off.
Black and gold.
Oh, it's so pretty.
Honestly, dude, who would have thought branding would make such a difference like that?
It really
Honestly,
does.
just stop calling it 2.0.
Yeah, but that's what they did because you see, there is no 2.0 there at all.
Yeah.
It is straight NXT. I'm interested to see what happens next week since I'll be able to watch it, which I'll explain that on the post show. I'll be able to watch it live more. I'm interested to see what the setup's going to be. I wouldn't be surprised if he brings back the Capitol Wrestling Center idea.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
Because that's when like we were like, oh, this is gonna be some fucking great NXT. Because that was like it was the hybrid of the Thunderdome and people there live. It was a great setup. So I'm interested to see what they do with this black and gold, how the setup's going to be. I'm looking forward to it.
I still think the Thunderdome was really cool.
I love a Thunderdome.
That was fun.
Like I want them to have a Thunderdome experience. Like
I just can't believe they actually did it.
I mean, I can't believe they actually did it.
Like that's something we would joke about years ago. Like, what imagine if they did this and then they did it. And then they just did it.
Not only did they,
I don't know how much that electric bill was still,
not only did they did it, they made it so that it was mobile. They went to 3 different sites.
Yeah.
And pulled it off.
Fucking crazy. Crazy.
And absolutely pulled, and pyro and everything, like everything was on it.
It was so cool.
I just want to know, like, they need to do a documentary on the Thunderdome. Like, who came up with the idea, and how much money did that cost them? That's all I want to know.
Dude, WWE 24
Thunderdome.
Yeah.
Dark side of the ring, Thunderdome.
Not even, no.
No, light side of the ring, dude. Like
that's a 24. That's a WWE 24 Thunderdome. Because I would love to see, like, who came up with this wild ass idea. Instead of like, I see what the NBA is doing, that's cool, but we can do this a whole lot better.
Hold my
Dude,
it does annoy me that UFC gets credit for like the first sport coming back after the pandemic.
Whatever.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I'm just like, dude, what do you mean come back? Wrestling never stops. Like, no, I mean like real sports. I go, fuck I hate you. Piece of no, all right, sorry, CM Punk.
Oh man, but Kay, I'll have to show you a bit of it. There is a new character on NXT that debuted.
Oh.
His name is Quincy Williams. He is known as the Super Diva.
Oh.
Okay, this is going to blow your mind, both of you. Quincy Elliott's my fault, not Quincy Williams. Quincy Elliott, thank you, Taquan. Quincy Elliott, the Super Diva. So picture the concept of the Velveteen Dream sprinkle in a flamboyance of gold dust, original gold dust, in the body of King Mabel.
Oh my god.
That sounds awful.
You would think, but it's weirdly entertaining to me, the one match I saw of it.
Can he be a maximum male model?
He might be hotter than a maximum male model.
Oh.
There you go, Taquan, opening up your boundaries. Taquan says this is appropriate because I just got tickets to a drag show next month.
Oh yeah. I want to hear about it.
Yeah,
what's his name, Ricky?
Quincy Elliott.
Quincy.
Like Quincy Jones.
Quincy.
Quincy. Quincy, like Cincy, but Quincy.
Yeah, no, like the city. Yeah, Quincy.
Sorry, yeah. Yeah, he's.
That's true. It's not Quincy. It's Quincy. It's like a Z.
Oh, I was like, why the hell are you saying with a Z? That's what's confusing me.
That's how we say it in New England.
Oh, okay. I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, Quincy.
Oh, it does sound like.
What the fuck is this?
Are you looking? You found him?
Yeah.
He's the Super Diva.
I like his tits.
Kay, are you looking up a Super Diva? Do you want me to send it to you later?
Send it to me. I am looking up the Popeye.
Dude, why does he look like Biggie Smalls as a kid?
He's a mixture of a lot of stuff.
Well, like if Missy Elliott and Biggie didn't have a kid,
No, they
did
did
they?
not.
If they did though, this would his kid would be low. This is who his kid
It
would
is a
be.
Missy Elliott like attire from like the late 90s.
So yeah, it's like he's got Biggie's lips. I know it's terrible to say, but I'm saying it.
Wait, are you making fun? Damn, I didn't know Magic Johnson's son signed to NXT. That's really funny. Which one though?
Let's go to his Instagram.
Quincy Elliott.
Sexy, smart, powerful. Oh my god. Uncle Taker. I don't like the sound of that.
It says Uncle Taker.
That's what it says in his bio.
Oh.
It's WWE/NXT Super Diva Uncle Taker in all caps.
Oh no.
Uncle Taker.
I don't
know.
I don't like that at all. I don't want to know what that means. This fucking guy, dude. I don't.
French, you might be onto something.
concerns.
He might be going for that androgynous type feel.
I'm telling you, Vicky, go to his Instagram, watch this video of him on a moped. Tell me his
Oh,
like
that's how he rolled into NXT. That's how he rolled into NXT on a fucking moped.
He looks fucking ridiculous.
But you know what? He's gonna get over with the crowd. It's so.
I know. That's the thing, dude. I know. I don't. What's this guy sound like?
I haven't heard
What's his voice sound like?
Oh my god, Quincy Elliott, the Super Diva.
Oh, he's soft spoken.
Yes, he's very soft spoken. And last but not least, K-Bird's a new member of the Bloodline. I don't know if you knew.
I did
I'm joking.
know
It's Solo Sikoa. And guess who won the North American title?
No, it's Sami
Yes, I
Zayn.
Solo
Dude.
Sikoa. The Bloodline now has titles in WWE and in NXT, which
Good for them.
could mean a lot of stuff.
Does this guy actually have tits?
I don't know.
It looks like he might have got the surgery. Look like actual breasts.
I couldn't tell you. I don't even know where they found him. I don't remember him on any recruiting class whatsoever.
This guy needs a bra.
You see his outfit? That's where I got the Mabel vibes from.
Yeah, he's like yoga shorts. I don't know how to describe it.
I don't know. I don't know. I
A pillowcase.
I couldn't tell you. But maybe they're moves. They're probably not moves.
Dude, I don't know what to.
Don't
guy.
don't try to wrap your head around it at all.
I can't stop looking at him. Though.
He does grab your attention. He does.
I can't take my eyes off. I don't know what to think. I'm so confused.
Super Diva Bussy looking like. Don't be too confused. All right, let's move on. You can look at Quincy Elliott another time. You can do it on the poster, but we need to get out of here.
Yeah, I already looked at all of his Instagram posts. Nothing else to look at.
We'll start queuing up because we got to get out of here. We are done for today. We have talked about everything
all
we can talk
right,
about.
all right.
Let's get this shit on the road. Ladies and gentlemen, you have been listening to Kings of the Rings podcast, episode 308. What's old is new. I am not a super diva, but I am super. Thanks for asking. You can call me King Ricky Rose. Find me at Ambassador Biggs across all social media outlets, BIGZ, Ambassador Biggs. Find Kings of the Rings podcast at KOTR _podcast on Facebook, on Instagram, on Twitter, on Twitch, on Discord. Like, share, subscribe, leave us 5-star reviews because that really helps us out with the algorithm, especially on YouTube. Like, share, subscribe to us on YouTube because we do a live show each and every week. And if you're listening to us, please make sure you're listening to us on Wrestle Addict Radio, wherever you listen to all of your podcast feeds. Follow Wrestle Addict Radio on all of the podcast sites, and follow Wrestle Addict Radio socials at Addict_Wrestle on Twitter, and Wrestle Addict Radio on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok. things like that. The links to that are in the description below, as well as the links to some of our fine merch that I just so happen to be wearing at the moment, as well as links to some of that great background music from our friends at Midnight Music. It's been an interesting week of wrestling. The PWI 500 came out, and that has totally been a total clusterfuck. Because how is Seth Rollins not in your top 5? But we can talk about that ad nauseum. But let me kick it over to Will Tarashok.
It's me, it's Willie Ballbag. You told us on Twitter, not Twitter, fuck Twitter, TikTok, Ricky. My TikTok's pretty poppin'. I posted some clips on the student loan debt the other day, and people got fucking angry. someone called me an elitist. I was like, what? I had debt forgiven. What do you mean? I'm like, how can you be an elitist with debt? Riddle me that one. But yeah, follow me, APS Podcasts. A lot of fun things going on with me. I'm super fucking busy with these podcasts.
Yeah, you are.
Nashville was really good at making a good reset, so I'm going to switch up my podcasting game a little bit, working on a few different things. And funding starts for our app. I believe it's on a Kickstarter pretty soon, so if you want to help my dreams come true, $1 is all it will take, even though we need
millions.
Like 20,000.
Okay.
Hey, we'll see what happens. K. Murphy, checks in the mail, right?
Oh, yes. I have some stuff coming out soon that you'll find out about very soon. My Animal Crossing Island is 5 stars. And if you stay tuned to the post show, you will find out what I get from Popeyes.
Yes, and you'll also figure out what we're going to do for trivia tonight, too.
Oh my god, are we doing trivia?
Since we haven't been there in a while, we have a lot of categories we can do.
Oh my god,
okay,
we must.
I said, Ricky, you ain't seen me the other day. I'd be no good at it. I've never seen it.
I'm absolutely fucked up, so it's going to be a mess. And to our New Jersey listeners, I will be in, I think, Newark on Tuesday at the My Chemical Romance concert. So if you are going, feel free to say hi. You can find me across all social media platforms at the K Murphy, TheKae Murphy.
I have some things coming out too, aka I already released them because I started writing again. But when we come back next week, folks, we will talk about whatever's going on in wrestling. If CM Punk has finally gotten fired, like we probably think he will be, and whatever else is going on. Maybe someone else will show up in WWE again because Triple H is on a warpath and he is really, really taking over. So until then, folks, goodbye, good night. We will see you again soon, and it's a call we need to get you on the show, but also, fuck you, Slack. See you next week, folks.